Hey guys, hope everybody's doing okay. And today we are going to install this privacy fence all alone with the help of this Ryobi post hole digger. I am officially Fran, and we're going to get right into this install. So I'm starting it off backwards here because I'm doing the last hole first because I just want to show you this battery powered post hole digger. Without this, I would not have been able to do the fence by myself because I would have need help to dig these holes. I do not have the arm strength to use that manual one. There's just no way. But as you can see, this thing has a good bit of power. This area that I was digging in actually was a lot of sand and rocks, but it was still able to get down in there. Now it has a reverse, but instead of using the reverse, I just pull up on it so that I don't dump the dirt back into my hole. I only use the reverse when I actually get stuck. Otherwise, I use this for planting my plants and digging almost anything with it now because I like the ease of using it. It is a little heavy to maneuver, but it's much easier than me trying to plunge down in the ground and pull up a little piece of dirt each time. So I'm happy with this purchase. And this video is not sponsored. But again, Ryobi, if you want to sponsor me, just send me some stuff. Here's another hole that I dug at the front of the property where the dirt where the soil is less sandy. So, and it was really easy. Now here I'm talking, but there is no audio because the neighbor's dogs were barking. But what I'm basically letting you know is that I have all of the posts installed and that they are spaced 10 feet apart and not 8 feet. I'm taking a chance on going with that 10 feet, but I figured since everything was going to be strapped together and I was adding the pickets, I'm just going to hope for the best. If I need to add a post in there later, I will just go in between each one of those and they'll be at 5 feet. But for now, that's what I'm going with. So here I'm just installing some braces and I'll go down the line to get everything all braced up. And once they're all done, I'm pretty much done for the day. I show back up the next day to start installing the top, middle, and bottom rails to the fence. So I'm working by myself. I just have to get everything laid out and within an arm's reach so that I can work, as easily as I can on my own. I don't want to keep having to run away and get other stuff. Now, in Michigan this year, we had an unseasonable winter, meaning there is not a bunch of snow on the ground. But it was 30 degrees when I was out there working, but as the day progressed, it would get as high as 50. So I start off with my hat and stuff on, and then I end up, with everything off. The reason I did the fence then is because the weather was so funny. We were getting rain and then we were getting sun and it was kind of freezing at night, and the freeze didn't last long because it was coming in at around midnight, but then the next day it was warming up. So I thought that that was the best time for me to dig those holes because the ground was mostly soft and not frozen. And sorry about that, in any area that I started to get stuck in, I went and got a 5-gallon bucket of water and I would just turn the bucket upside down in that spot and leave it for a little bit and then go back and dig. From now on, whenever I have to dig a hole, as long as there's not a lot of rocks, I will put water in the area first. It just makes it so much easier. So now we're back where we started and I'm installing that first pole or the last pole post that I need to install. Now this one is a 4x6. All of the others are 4x4s, which are really 3.5 by 3.5, but they market it as a 4x4. Now I had to use a larger post on the end because this is the one that's going to actually hold the gate. You simply got to go ahead and go with the bigger post, and I do have a heavier gate that I plan to put here, so I figured might as well do it right and get it over with. After taking that post in and out and in and out, and of course this would be the heaviest post that I had to take in and out. It just was what it was. Because it was a 4x6 when I originally dug the hole, I forgot that I needed to dig it further back in order for it to line up with the other posts. So here I am just taking this post in and out and it's getting heavier and heavier. Here I am tamping it down, trying to fool myself into thinking that it's going to be okay. I am tired, but I'm going to find out even after that time that I have to take that post out at least 2 more times. I think I moved this post about 5 times in all, going back and forth when I should have measured the hole, measured the post, and measured the spot. But when you're working by yourself and you kind of in the groove of it, you just keep going. So here I am here trying to make sure that I'm lined up, because of course I'm just eyeballing it. My string line is on the ground somewhere, but because of the course of the days I kind of lost my mark, and I just didn't feel like going to dig that back out again. So I got it wrong and I just had to pull it back out. And as you can see, I'm tired at this point because I have pulled this thing in and out more times than anybody should have to. So I'm struggling. But I got to keep going because now that I have some of the fence pickets installed, I can see the finish line. But I can't go any further when it comes to putting the pickets up until I get this one in, because I have to run that top, middle, and bottom rail over to that one also. So finally, it's in there, it works, and I can finally move on. I also had to do this because my drill went dead and I couldn't figure out why my drill kept going dead. I thought that it was too cold outside and maybe that was the problem, but later on I find out that my batteries were just no good. They would only stay charged for about 15 minutes even when I took them home and had them, where it was warm. So now I'm going back to show you the first set of pickets that I installed, and I simply used one of the pickets on the top of it with the level to keep them level. I knew where I needed to be. As I got further down the row though, I had to use a 2x4 marked and then a 2x4 across the top to keep them all level. So again, my drill is charged up, so I start installing the pickets, and before you know it, it's dead again. Again, there was nothing else that I could do but just keep rolling with it and just keep making my way down my fence to just keep installing it. And because I'm working by myself, I use everything for my hands. Anything you can think of, I was holding that stuff with bricks and everything else. Here's a look at it with 3 parts of it done, and I just had the one part left to do, and I got excited. And here it is with everything done. They're all straight. It all worked out just perfectly. I am so happy with it. What do you guys think? Here's a view from the back. And then here's a view a little bit further off so you can see that I actually did get everything in there straight. And then there's an open view because that's where my gate is going. And then the other side is where I have to do more fencing. But for now, I got it done, and it's summer, so I should be able to knock this out in no time. Thanks for watching Fran at Officially Fran, and check out some of my other DIY and Jimmy Rig videos. Bye bye for now.